Back with a full hour with Governor Sarah Palin. Painful yet? Because we've got stacks of documents.
Come on, bring it on. Let's go.
What is it like to be you, to walk in and you just never know? Do you feel like outside of the people, do you feel like there's anybody that you can trust?
Outside of the people and outside of my family, again, it's very, very difficult to find those whom I would trust with my children's life.
You were on, yeah, very difficult.
Yeah.
You were on the most admired list. You were number 2.
Or most curious list.
The most curious? Why was it most curious?
Well, it could have been. Are you sure it was admired? And
yeah, it was the most admired list. Okay. Who beat you? It was Hillary Clinton, which I find interesting. But she's been...
She always wins.
Yeah, she always wins.
Cool.
She's the anti-Susan Lucci of this list. You were number 2. When you saw it, what went through your mind, and what did the list tell you?
A list like that is like a poll, Glenn, and I can't put a whole lot of stock or faith or hope in a poll like that to show me what I need to do, where I need to go next. I can keep everything in pretty healthy perspective because of my kids keeping me grounded.
It's interesting because I was on the list. I was 4th on the list, and my reaction was I'm sandwiched between Nelson Mandela and the Pope. And I thought, this is the most ridiculous list I've ever seen, because one of these things just doesn't belong. But my thought on it was, it shows how desperate people are, or how few choices there are.
That's got to be what it is.
For people to see other people who say, I think they believe it, and I think whether I agree or disagree with them, they'll risk everything to be able to stand and tell the truth. You see any truth to that?
I see truth to that in our society, in our culture, that there are so many Americans who believe that there aren't a whole lot of individuals that they can trust.
So now let me go back to putting everything up on the line and the paradigm changing. Harry Reid's been in trouble this week saying, you know, just a stupid comment.
Yeah.
Trent Lott, you know, he was drummed out of the party. What are your thoughts on the Harry Reid thing first?
I don't believe that he's a racist, but I believe that his comments, you can't defend them. Right. I want to see him go anyway, you know, because...
Yeah, but why take him out this way? Let the people decide.
Right, and the people are going to decide, and I think he is going to go, and it's time.
I think, I mean, the double standard is so clear, and all of the games that are played. And
so hypocritical, it just makes my stomach sick.
I don't even want to, we don't need to even go there because everybody knows double standard. However, with that being said, I think the paradigm is about to change. These people have overplayed their hands. You have a handicapped child. I have a handicapped child. I'm not going to call anybody handicapable. I think it's insulting to everybody. First of all, as a mom, has that made you, did I just anger you?
No, for some reason I wasn't offended.
Okay, good. This PC thing, I think a lot of people played this PC game for a long time because, A, we're good people. Nobody wants to hurt anybody's feelings, generally. And B, Americans just want to get along. It's just like, it's not worth it, just get along. I think that's changing. I think people at home, you can call them racist, you can call them bigots, you can call them hate mongers, you can say they're starving children, you can say anything. People are starting to say, I know the truth. I don't care what you say. Agree or disagree?
I agree that you're seeing that shift, and thank God for that, because look at what some other countries are shifting into. Look what's going on in France, where that psychological abuse, those words spoken that aren't politically correct and accepted in that country will be allowed. It'll be deemed illegal. Now, some who want us to turn into a country like that scare the heck out of me. And unfortunately, some of those people are leaving our country today.
You were, as you bring up France, you were telling me before we went on the air, stuff I didn't know about the Statue of Liberty and the 24 windows, or
25 windows.
What is this?
Gems representing natural resources in our nation.
Yeah. I didn't know
Well, I
about
had
that.
my son Google for me real quick. What does everything mean? What are the
Do you
symbols?
think there would be a test on this?
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to do a gotcha on what do the 7 points mean. And so I had track Google real quick.
The 7 points are just rays of light. They're not. It's not really a crown. It's 7. It's the rays of light. Have you ever seen the Michelangelo Moses where he has horns?
Okay.
That's a misinterpretation from the Latin. It can be interpreted rays of light or horns.
Okay.
And somehow or another they interpreted it horns, but it's actually just the rays of light.
Well, so full of symbolism, though, and those 7 points represent our seas, our continents. And anyway, my son, I asked him very quickly, tell me what all this means. And he says, quite timely, Mom, I'll tell you what Statue of Liberty means, because I just got a tattoo of the Statue of Liberty on my arm. Thanks, Track, for letting me know that. But I learned a lot about it this morning.
It's, what people don't understand about this is almost this was France saying to the French, we need to be more like America.
Yeah.
And it's interesting now that we have so lost our way that we say we need to be more like Europe.
Right.
What we ran from, we seem to have so many in our country trying to run back to.
And you're right, even the French recognized, too, the potential in this free country, and the French gifted this to us, this in partnership, this international symbol of liberty and freedom. The French hoping that we wouldn't lose that and we wouldn't evolve into something more along their lines. And yet, yeah, you're right, look at this full circle thing.
Here we are. Back in just a second.